Hi there makers, it is Jo here from Minerva, and today I've got a really quick tool video to show you. It's a one-hit wonder tool, but it's really useful, and once you get used to using it, you can't go back from using it, and that is a stiletto. It's a little tool that helps you to manipulate your fabric under the sewing machine. I'm going to show you a few ways that you might find it useful. I'm going to get the machine set up. We'll take it out of the packet. This one's from Clover, and I'll show it you close up and how to use it. This is a Hold It Precision stiletto from Clover, and the stiletto can come in all different styles, so that it can have lots of different tips and ends for different jobs. So this Clover one has a rubber tip which is silicone. It's got a little bit of grip so you can push your fabric towards the sewing needle, and there's also a smooth end which is ideal for pushing out wrinkles and using as an extra finger. You may see me using a stiletto action or skill with a pair of tweezers or with a small hemline awl. This one obviously has a sharp point that I use for other things. This one's not so sharp, this is much smoother. So you can get lots of different tools that act like a stiletto, but today I want to show you this one because it can really help your machine handling when you're sewing your projects. So this is how it works. You can use it to guide the fabric through the machine. It can just get a little bit closer than your fingers. You can use the rubber edge to grip and hold your raw edges together. So this one's drifted underneath a little bit, so I can hold it down. And I can also make sure that the ends match and I don't have to get my fingers really close to the edge of the needle. Sometimes you can't always control your seam allowances. You think you will. This one's flapped over underneath the machine, so I'm just going to take that out, and I can use the stiletto to hold those seam allowances in the direction that I want them. So as I'm sewing, I can flip them back, or I could make sure that they were going in the correct direction in the first place. This way I've got my seam allowances going in opposite directions for a piece of patchwork. I use my stiletto just to pull through my threads, and I'm putting on another foot, and I just have it at hand all the time for helping me out. Sometimes you might find that your fabric slips a little bit because you've got a slippy foot and a grippy feed dog. So the end of the stiletto will just help you to get that started. So you can put the rubber part on the seam allowance and gently feed it in so you don't get a chewed up end and the fabric doesn't get sucked down into the foot plate. You can also use the smooth end to smooth out your fabric so that you don't get any creep from one piece on the top to the piece on the bottom. There we go, no chewed ends there. We've guided the fabric up onto the feed dogs. Again, I'm going to use it in that same way, but this time I'm going to sew and I want to pivot the needle to create a corner. Once I get to the corner, I'm going to pivot, and then again I'll use the stiletto to hold the fabric because I haven't got very much fabric behind, just to pull it with my hand. I've created a little faux collar here, and you can use the end of the stiletto as a point turner. If you're sewing really close to the edge, so if you're edge stitching for a collar for example, you can use that point to manipulate the fabric in all kinds of ways. So there I'm keeping the undercollar on the underside, and I'm also making sure that when I get to that tip and I pivot, I'm going to brush the fabric towards the feed dog to help it get started and continue down that seam. It just keeps my fingers a little bit away, and it also gives me an extra finger. I've got these straight sides there, so here I've got some really nice edge stitching which the stiletto has helped me control. I've got to that corner where I've been able to pivot and go down the other side. Sometimes it's hard there, you get a little bit of a knot where the fabric can't quite turn, but if you push the fabric towards the needle it will help grip on the feed dogs. If you're easing in fabric, you'll have one side of fabric longer than the other side. So for example, on a sleeve head. So this is smaller here, and this is a larger piece of fabric here. Sometimes you end up with those little humps there getting a little bit of a pucker in, so you can smooth them out with the edge of the stiletto. I use it just to pull my pins free as well so I can get at them. And you just keep smoothing the fabric with the end of the stiletto. The round end is best for this because the rubber end would stick. You just want to keep smoothing the fabric so you're taking that ease to the outer edge of your garment. You don't want that to start puckering down and creating a little mini crease. You can also sew really accurately right to the end, and then when you flip out your curve, it'll be really nice and smooth, but you can see the yellow side is the smaller side and the side with the more blue on has the ease of fabric in it, but it's really smooth along there, and that's what you'd use around a sleeve head. To create this smooth seam, you push the fabric and manipulate it with the smooth edge. The stiletto is great for positioning your fabric under the machine, so you can get a really small piece under the foot, and you can also adjust any other pieces. I'm a little bit out of focus here, but you can see I'm sewing something really small, and the stiletto is an extra finger that I can't get close to really small pieces of fabric. Again, I'm top stitching here, and I've just got the stiletto at hand for this zipper pull. Talking of working with small pieces, if you're toy making, then you'll probably be working with really small pieces, and the stilettos are ideal for that, especially if you've got a really small seam allowance, because you can't always get under the foot, using the rubber end there to hold the fabric in position, and you can have really small seam allowances. The pointy end again can be used in toy making for poking through small areas. So here I've got a little hand with a thumb, and the rubber end is great for stuffing because it doesn't stab through the fabric and it kind of sticks to the stuffing. You can really give it a good push, and then you can use the point for finer areas. For gathers, the stiletto is ideal for making sure that you get an even distribution. So I'm just coming up to a patch here, and I can see I've got a bit of a flat ball patch. So I'm going to redistribute some of those gathers just over that area. I'm going to take out the next pin and push some back, and then hold them all down with the stiletto. And get over that tricky area and distribute the gathers evenly. As you can see, it looks really beautiful and really professional because there's no ball patches, creases or folds, because they've all been separated with the tip of the stiletto. Finally, if you're adding trims, then you can use the rubber end to hold the trim to the fabric. So you don't want to have lots of pins in this situation because they will be covering up or buckling the trim. So you can leave the trim nice and flat and use the rubber tip on the end for pressing the fabric firmly down into the position you want it to be in. I tend to use this tool when I'm making lingerie, especially when adding trims, because there's generally only a 5mm seam allowance. There you are, without pins, beautiful application of a trim. The stiletto is also useful for ironing, so it's got a silicone end on it, so you can use it against the iron, and it stops you getting your fingers too close to the hot iron plate. You can use it on really long seams to keep pressing the fabric apart, or you can use the rubber end to spot press anywhere. Because the rubber has a little bit of grip, you can manipulate the fabric. Even if your seam allowances are really small, but you want to press them open, the stiletto is ideal for this because you can run the stiletto in front of the iron, parting the fabric seam. It means you get the really flush finish, but if you want something small and neat, it's really helpful. I use the stiletto if I'm making my own binding. So if you've done a bias seam for a binding tape, you've got a really small seam allowance because you don't want a bulky amount of fabric inside your binding tape. So it can hold that open. But if you're making binding by hand, you can also use the rubber end to hold down the fabric to create an accurate fold. You can just tuck anything underneath and it just keeps your fingers away from the heat. That's a piece of binding made from viscose challis. Hope you found that useful. It's a tool where once you start using it, you get really used to using it. It can really help you to get to tricky places in your sewing. For those who like to ask, today I'm wearing a vintage pattern, so this one I can't show you. It's a little sun top with a tie front here, but the fabric is beautiful. It's a striped cotton dobby and it's ideal for blouses, shirts, summer tops, dresses with lots of gathers, and it's a really light natural fabric. I'll put it in the product list below. Thank you very much for watching, and if you've been making anything lately, we would love to see what you've been up to, so do share your photos and descriptions over on Minerva. It's free to make an account there and it's a great sewing community to get involved with. Thank you very much for watching. See you again soon.